Thanks, Ijoma. Super Eagles goalkeeper Ikechukwu Ezenwa is looking forward to a thrilling 2018 FIFA World Cup finals in Russia. The 2018 Chan silver medalist admits the team faces a difficult task in the group phase, but the solidarity in the team will work the magic come June.
We are in a difficult group, but I believe we're going to come out from that group because I've set my own target for myself in that World Cup. I've set my target, and every member of that team has also set their target. And when we come together, the solidarity, everybody knows the target and the team spirit, what we want. We start fight ahead of the qualifying to the second round.
In the UEFA Champions League, Tottenham Hotspur came from 2 goals down to earn a draw, a special draw that is, against Juventus in their first leg round of 16 clash in Italy. 2 quick goals from the Argentinian Gonzalo Higuain in the 2nd and 8th minute pulled the old lady of Turin in the driving seat, but then strikes by England international Harry Kane and Christian Eriksen helped Tottenham complete a remarkable comeback, with Higuain's missed penalty on the stroke of half-time proving pretty costly. Elsewhere, the citizens Manchester City thrashed FC Basel 4-0 away in Switzerland to put themselves in a firm position to qualify for the next round. Arsenal striker Alexander Lacazette is out for up to 6 weeks after undergoing a minor knee surgery. Lacazette underwent arthroscopy on his left knee in London today and is expected to return to action in March. He will miss the Carabao Cup final against Man City on February the 25th and the league clash between both sides a week later, as well as Thursday Europa League round of 32 clash against Osterons FK. Canada have been crowned the first Olympics mixed doubles curling champions after claiming gold with a 10-3 blowout win over world champions Switzerland. Both countries scored twice in the opening 2 ends, but the turning point came early in the third when Martin Rios missed a takeout for Switzerland, and Caitlin Laws, with her final stone, made a superb race tap to give Canada a commanding 6-2 lead, and the Swiss could never overcome. The victory places Laws and her partner, John Morris, in elite company with the Canadians, adding their names to a short list of 4 curlers who have won 2 Olympic gold medals. And that's a wrap in sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Thanks a lot, Ayotunde. And after a meeting which lasted for more than 13 hours, South Africa's ruling African National Congress has communicated a recall notice to President Jacob Zuma. But no deadline has been given to him to respond. Many citizens are, however, disappointed that the issue has not come to a head just yet, and the opposition parties are still spoiling for an urgent motion of no confidence ahead of an earlier scheduled date of February the 22nd. Our South African Bureau Chief Betty Dibia reports.
A lot was said at this press conference by the Secretary General of the African National Congress, Ace Magashule, but the picture still remains a little bit chaotic. What we know for a fact is that there has been a request by the party, the NEC of the party, to recall President Jacob Zuma, and that has been communicated to him.
The NEC noted the report of the officials that the President had agreed in principle to resign and had proposed timeframes extending from 3 to 6 months.
Mr. Magashule also said no deadline was given to the President to respond.
I'm very disappointed as a South African. Actually, not me alone, the entire South Africa, because today we thought it was a final day that the people of South Africa will rejoice.
They took in the resolutions, but now we don't see the President Zuma said, I'm finally resigned.
This is a moment where that ability of the party to hold its officials to account and to have those officials carry out the mandate of the party is being tested.
The next steps by the party still remains unclear, and people are unsure what's going to happen next. But there's also the agitation by the opposition parties.
Some of the matters we are contending with are the opportunistic maneuvers by the opposition in parliament, including motions of no confidence in the president, calls for the dissolution of parliament and other desperate acts. And the ANC's approach to this matter has at all times been informed by the interest of all the South African people.
All eyes are now on President Jacob Zuma, who is in Pretoria, to respond to his party and his nation on Wednesday. From the ANC headquarters, Luthuli House in Johannesburg, Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu may have an axe to grind with the country's police as they've accused him of corruption. The Israeli police are recommending that the Prime Minister be charged for bribery and breach of trust. The police had questioned him in January over allegations that he demanded positive coverage by a newspaper publisher in exchange for help, and also getting cash gifts from a Hollywood mogul for helping him get a U.S. visa. Mr. Netanyahu has refuted all accusations, describing them as baseless. A South Korean court has sentenced Choi Soon-sil, an old friend of former President Park Geun-hye, to 20 years in jail on allegations of corruption, influence peddling and abuse of power. Ms. Choi was at the heart of a massive corruption scandal that brought down Ms. Park, the country's first female president. She had acted for years as an advisor to Ms. Park, who has been impeached and is also on trial. Ms. Choi was accused of using her presidential connections to pressure conglomerates for millions of dollars in donations to two non-profit foundations that she controls. She's already serving a 3-year jail term for a separate charge of corruption after she was found guilty of using her position to solicit favors for her daughter. And the main news again. President Muhammadu Buhari today reasserted his optimism that the days of insurgent group Boko Haram's terrorism are numbered because of its dwindling recruitment base. President Buhari spoke of his convictions when he received the Vatican's envoy at the presidential villa in Abuja. Also today, Nigerian army authorities put out an alert that Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau is on the run, disguised as a woman. And leaders of the African National Congress today formally demanded the resignation of South Africa's President, Jacob Zuma. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Benyato. You have a good night.